Bugs guy here with a little live stream, episode 10. If I remember correctly, this is episode 10. So I'm going to be talking about some things that I believe in, and some things a little bit, probably some people would think is a little bit off the rocker, but I mean, hey, I feel it's necessary to actually talk about what I actually believe in. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to live in my truth, and I'm going to talk about the things that I believe in. And that's one of them. I've got many things that I believe in, and certain things that are so-called, conspiracies or whatever, but I mean, hey, got certain ones. We'll wait for a few people to get up in here. Just wait for a few people to come in here, and hoping everyone's having a good evening. It's Nick. Nick is first in the stream. I'm doing pretty good, bruh. How about you? I'm gonna be talking about some things here that I have uncovered and some things that I actually believe in. Because there's some certain things that are called quote-unquote conspiracies, even though they're actually not. Certain things that are actually fucking true. There's certain things that our media is not going to talk about, because you trust me. Think that they're telling you the truth, they're telling you anything, they're fucking not, okay? I'll tell you right now, they're not. These people, these fucking criminal groups, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, these pro-Israeli groups or whatnot, the military-industrial complex, you think these people have our best interests at heart? You think Israel is America's friend? You think that they're the world's friend? You've got another fucking thing coming. Because I'll tell you right now, they do not. Like, they honestly do not. There's so many things out there that are just... There's just so many things out there that are just bad in this fucking world. That are there that want to destroy our fucking planet, and they... And what about the moon landing? I mean, certain people have their certain thoughts about the moon landing and whatnot. You really think the moon landing was all that fucking true? Like, I don't believe that. I think the moon landing, well, let's get to that one. Let's get to the elephant in the room here, okay? Let's get to the elephant in the room here. The so-called Syria chemical weapons attacks. I think were fucking staged. And I have many good reasons as to why I think they were fucking staged. Oh, no, I'm not. I definitely am not that. I'm not Alex Jones crazy, let me tell you that. But I do believe, but there are certain things that I do think were fucking staged, like the so-called Syria chemical weapons. And you really think that that is believable? And by the way, the Young Turks is pushing this shit to slander Aaron Mate and Jimmy Dore and all these people that actual liberals that actually call out the military-industrial complex and these criminal groups and these pro-Israeli groups and whatnot. You really think that those are not actual things? That's actually true, because think about it. We lied about WMDs in Iraq all these years. We lied about that. We lied about all those things. So what makes anyone think that we should believe that there are chemical weapons in Syria? Or like, what makes anyone think that there are... What makes anyone think that that was actually true? If that in fact is true, and anybody in the chat right now, you can go ahead and you can put your beliefs in the chat right now as to what things that you think. Like Abby, what are the things that you think? I'd like to hear what you have to think about that. What are some of your thoughts on that? Like, what are your thoughts on that? Like, I'm curious as to what you think of that. I'd love to hear what you think, because I'm interested in what you think. I think the Syria chemical weapons attack was fucking bullshit. There's no evidence that they had anything to do with it. There's no evidence that Assad used chemical weapons. There's no evidence that he did it. And any evidence, so-called evidence, was probably done by the rebels. And by the way, there are Sunni-backed rebels in that region. Like there are actual rebels and criminal groups that are actually involved. Like there are actual like criminal groups that are involved, like Sunni-backed rebels that are actually Al-Qaeda. And you don't think that some of them are Zionist funded? You don't think that any of them are certain like Zionist funded or something like that? Oh, they most absolutely are. There's oh, of course there are. There's many of them that are actual like Zionist funded. You're not gonna. Nobody can convince me otherwise that those things are not so-called like Zionist funded. And like, what's up with this whole like? Has ISIS ever attacked Israel? You know, there's certain things that are just there. And there is a certain other there's a certain other one like for example like the Bay of Pigs invasion attacked Cuba, like the so-called Bay of Pigs invasion that happened in the 60s. That definitely had some crazy things about it. The Chinese attacking the Japanese on the mainland, that was fraudulent. The Gulf of Tonkin, the whole Vietnam War thing. Like there are so many things out there that are just fucking crazy. Lasagna Cat. Huh, that's an interesting name. There's a lot of things out there that are. And also, I encourage everyone in this chat right now to go look up the 5 dancing Israelis. Look up the 5 dancing Israelis on 9/11. Like I say go look at that. I say go look at that. We got some real good people up in here, which is good. Queen of Lions we got up in here. Sarita we got up in here. So we're talking about right now. Yes, go look into that. Go look into the 5 dancing Israelis. You will find that. And they will say that you're anti-Semitic. They will say that you are anti-Semitic, even though there are certain elements. There are certain elements. And you want to sit there and tell me that you know, that there are even certain things about, you know, like even certain people say about, oh, 9/11 was whatever, or like whatever. Okay. I'm not going to go as far as to say inside job. Like I'm not going to say that, but can we all agree that the way Building 7 fell was weird as fuck? Can we not sit there and tell me that? And what were the Israeli connections to it? The Israeli connections were there were some ties with it. Like there are certain Zionist ties with it. Like there are certain Mossad agents were. There are certain Mossad elements involved in this. So yeah. What is this? Like, what the fuck is this shit? Hey, Queen, my Christmas and my New Year's went pretty well. Hope that yours went well also. Mine went well also, so hoping that yours did too. And hello, Cerrito. Hope you're doing well also. Do I have an opinion on Tim Box? I'm not too familiar with that person. Not too familiar with Tim Box. I don't know, like, what's he all about? Jeffy and Patrick got in trouble for these holidays. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, there's just certain things about it. Like, does anyone really think? Who thinks that Israel is actually America's friend? They're fucking not. They fucking use America for their own advantage to get whatever they fucking want. Because there's no greater terrorist state in this world than the state of Israel, and that is a fact. Okay, that is a fact, people. Okay, like that is a fact. So you don't think that Israel has some kind of false flag? They don't have some kind of they don't stage some kind of false flag attacks, and then you know they always cry wolf, right? Like Israel loves to cry wolf when everyone dares to criticize them. They turn around and will call you anti-Semitic. They'll turn around and they'll call you all these things. Because remember, who is in charge of AIPAC? Who is in charge of fucking AIPAC? Who's in charge of these pro-Israeli groups? Who's in charge of it? Israel. Who is the main backer of the wars with the Palestinians and the Arabs? Who is infiltrated with all this shit? The AIPAC. They are all there. They are the ones that have all this shit. Like continuously building walls and settlements, and then they want America to do their dirty work for them. That is what the Zionist regime does. The Zionist regime does that. So you don't think that they have some kind of false flag, some kind of thing that's there. They do. Oh, they fucking do. Believe me, they fucking do. And that is not a fact. That is a fact of the matter, guys. You don't think that they would do that so they could turn around and then say, it was Saddam Hussein that did it, it was this one, it was Iran that did 9/11, it was this one or whatever. You don't think that they have some kind of crazy, you don't think that there's some kind of thing involved with them or something like that? You don't think that Israel does it? You don't think that Israel tells the U.S. to jump, the U.S. says how high? That's what they fucking do. That's what AIPAC tells our politicians to do. That's what all these places do. That's what Fox News does. Fox News is the biggest one of all of them. They are the biggest ones of all of them. They're the biggest ones of all of them. And they want us to feel sympathy for them. They want us to feel sorry for them. They want us to feel sorry for them or whatever else, but I don't feel fucking sorry for them. You know, I don't feel sorry for them. Do I think this to be a fair point? Hey, Green Tails, how's it going? So what's going on? Telling you right now, all this shit is just fucking ridiculous. Well, let's see. That video that you sent me was about Trump. You said, if I may ask, Zach, do you find this to be a fair point of nothing else more than a load of bullshit? Taking stuff out of context. Well, if you're going to talk about Trump, I mean, yeah, I would say so, because I mean, Trump says, what is it, debunking the Trump incentive, or, I don't know what this whole video is supposed to be about. Democrats and the mainstream media, what do I think of that? Well, I mean, if it's something that Trump was spewing, I mean, Trump lies on a daily fucking basis, so it's kind of hard. If I say that, do I think that, I think it is taken out of context. I mean, if they're going to make the lies about January 6th and whatnot, I mean, yeah, I mean, because we all know what happened on that day and what I think about that whole thing. You don't think that they were trying to get, okay, yeah, that's another, oh yeah, that's the conspiracy. The Republicans are trying to take over our damn country and they're trying to create some kind of right-wing dictatorship and destroy our democracy. They most absolutely are. All these voter suppression laws and all this stuff that they want to do, you really don't think that like these people want to do these types of things to our country and weaponize the justice system against us? Oh, they absolutely do. Oh, they most absolutely do. There's certain things that they do all the time. Like, there's all these things that they do all the time. I mean, look at how authoritarian and how scummy and how shitty Trump really is. Just look at what happened on January 6th. That man wanted to install a right-wing dictatorship on the United States of America. He most absolutely did. And you can't tell me that for 1 second. And when we basically said, Donald, you're fired, get the fuck out. Because that's what we did. And Joe Biden's not any prize either, because he's with the fucking banks. He's with the fucking banks. He's with these pro-Israeli groups. You don't think he's a fucking Zionist ass kisser? Joe Biden even admitted he's a fucking Zionist ass kisser. He even admitted that that's what he is. He's even admitted it. What do I think of Ration Wiki? I'm not too familiar with that one. Oh, that's an anti-science. Oh, well, they're fucking crazy. I mean, they're the type, they're like an Alex Jones style crazy motherfuckers. Like, that's what they are. Like that's what they are. Because that's not what I believe in. I believe in science. I believe in actual, I believe in actual, I believe in actual humanity, actual progress in humanity. That's why I believe in universal health care, universal education. Like, I'm a social democrat. Like, I'm a social democrat. I'm not a Democratic Party member, but I am a social democrat, meaning that I support social democracy. That's what I believe in. That I am a social democrat. I want to make that perfectly clear. That is the thing that I believe in, and there are actual death panels in our healthcare system that decides who lives and dies. Like, that's what they do. Those death panels are basically fucking fascists. Like, you think our healthcare system actually cares? Our for-profit healthcare system is a joke in the Western world. I mean, look at me. My fans from Canada will tell you this right now. They will tell you right now, Queen from Canada. All my fans from Canada will tell you. We'll tell you this right now. How many medical bankruptcies do you guys have in Canada? 0. How many are in the U.S.? Thousands upon thousands upon thousands. How many medical bankruptcies are in the U.K.? 0. How many are in Norway, Sweden, and Denmark, and Finland? How many? 0, 0, 0. How about Germany? How about France? How about Japan? How about Singapore? How about all these developed countries? 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Oh yeah, Israel has universal health care with fucking American taxpayer dollars. That's how they can afford it. They can afford fucking universal health care. So the Republicans that want to kiss Israel's fucking ass, and Ben Shapiro and all these other fucking idiots that want to kiss Israel's ass, that are so anti-universal health care, hey, fuckheads, don't you know that Israel, the country that you kiss the ass of, has universal health care at the expense of American taxpayer dollars? That's what they have. They have American taxpayer dollars. You fucking idiots. Ben Shapiro, Ben Shapiro is so fucking dumb. Like, I'm telling you right now, that guy is fucking dumb. It's not alright to terrorize a group for suppressing their laws, but to protest in a patriotic manner, whatever the fuck he's saying. The thing is, he wouldn't be protesting like that if he won the election. But the thing is, he lost fucking fair and square, and he couldn't take it because he's a little triggered little authoritarian who wanted to impose a right-wing dictatorship on the United States of America and persecute all his political opponents. You don't think Trump wanted to persecute his political opponents? You think people liked the people that brought them to power? You think Hitler liked people who he brought to power? You think these people, they look at these people like these little minions. Trump looked at Americans like his little minions. This one, like, I'm in control. I'm in control. I have all the power, because he's power hungry. Like, the Republicans are power hungry. Remember that. They are so power hungry. Why do you think he admired Vladimir Putin so much? Oh, because he wanted to be like him. Right, of course. So that they can turn around, and that they can turn around, they can do all that stuff. Okay? Now let's just say, I had a little bit to drink last night, and I may or may not have a slight hangover, but that's besides the point. I'm not saying this because I'm still fucking drunk or anything like that, but there are certain things that I believe in. We have free healthcare in Canada, so I don't pay for dental care and medical care. Yeah, exactly! That's what you guys have, because you guys are light years ahead of America. You guys are light years ahead of America in so many ways, even LGBT rights. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous what these fucking right-wing assholes have done to our damn country. That's what these fucking right-wing assholes have done to our country. America is so fucking right-wing compared to the Western world. Compared to other developed countries, we are so fucking far to the right. It is ridiculous. Like, on a global scale. Like, it is so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. You got people that are like borderline alt-right. You got people controlling shit that's borderline alt-right. I mean, look at what Chile did. Chile elected, they're a social democrat. Because they were sick and tired of the fucking neocon that ran their damn country. Sebastian Pinera was a US-backed puppet. And that's another conspiracy that I have. All these US-backed puppet leaders, you don't think that they do these stuff? You don't think they do this stuff? And by the way, you don't think that the Republicans are working right now so that they can screw a lot of the stuff up, and then they can turn around and then blame others, just like they did with Obama. They did that with Obama. They did that with everybody. That's what they did with all these people. That's what they did with all these people. That's what happened to JFK. Look what happened with JFK. Look what happened to these people. These people. That too, spoiled brat, wants to get more attention. He wants more attention. Of course he does. He wants more attention. He wants a dictatorship on the United States of America. That's what he wanted. You don't think that that's what these people want? You don't think they want to do that? That's what they want to do. That's what they would do. And yes, oh my God, yes, Queen, I agree with you 100%. And then we get turned around, and then people like me, we get turned around, and we're looked at like we're fucking crazy. We get turned around like we're fucking crazy. But you really want to know who really controls stuff? Remember, it's Israel that controls all this stuff. It's the alt-right. The alt-right. And see, here's the thing. They want to claim, and they're acting like Nazis and whatnot, but you want to know the funny thing? The funny thing about that is, the alt-right really sides with Israel more than anything, because they, if you want to get technical here, all these people that kiss the ass of Israel are like alt-right. But yet the funny thing is, they claim to love the Jews so much, love the Jews all the time, love all the Jews and whatnot. But they actually, they want to use the Jews for scapegoats. And claim that they want to protect and be this and they want to be that. That's what they want to do. So don't try to come in here and try to say this. Look at any Jewish person that is more liberal. Look at what they do. Look at how Jews in the Republican Party are treated. Look at how they're treated by them. So like look at them. I see a lot of cool people. I see a lot of cool people up in here. Green Tail, Shadow Ferret. I see a lot of you guys in here. You guys are cool. I got fucking wasted last night. And a lot of this actually made me think a lot. One of my best friends and I went to the bar, went to Texas Roadhouse, and I had like one drink. I had like a margarita. I got like a margarita with like some shots of rum in it, and I got fucking wasted, and it made me have all these crazy thoughts going on, and I was like going whoop-de-whoop. I was like, woo! Like I was fucking wasted, and my friend was laughing and everything else. He thought it was so funny. He's just like, yeah, I'm so glad I'm the designated driver, you know? And I was like, yeah, but I'm glad you are too. But I will always choose someone to be one, and he didn't mind driving, which was really nice of him, and, you know... So, look at that. We got Alec in here, Green Tail in here, Shadow Ferret. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are good. I know I'm kind of going off the rails here a little bit because I'm just talking about some actual shit that I believe in, and there's certain might be a little conspiratorial stuff and whatnot, but you know what? You're always going to be called a conspiracy theorist. You're always going to be called a conspiracy theorist in this world. You're going to be called that because people say that you're going to be called that. You're going to be called all these types of things. When in reality town, we know what we need to be. We need to come together as a global community. Chile defeated fascism. Brazil needs to defeat fascism. We already defeated fascism, but we got to continue to fight against fascism because fascism is still alive and well in this damn country. And they're going to take away ours. They're going to take away our fucking rights if we don't get our shit together. Because they're going to suppress voter for... And I encourage people in this chat, other channels that have said the same thing and that are not afraid to speak the truth, go watch Democracy Now!, Jimmy Dore, Secular Talk, and I would say the Young Turks, but the Young Turks, they've lost the fucking plot. Like, they're smearing other... independent journalists like Aaron Mate. Aaron Mate, I encourage people, go watch Aaron Mate. He's a Canadian journalist. He's from Vancouver. He is a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant journalist. He is a brilliant journalist. A brilliant journalist. He's gotten smeared because of the whole chemical weapons story in Syria, which is a fucking lie and a hoax. It most absolutely is. You know the Communist Party USA is not an actual, they're liberal. You want to know something? We don't have an actual liberal party in the U.S. because the U.S. is so fucking right-wing. We don't even have one. We have the Republican Party, which is either filled with a bunch of fucking neocons or alt-right fascists, or we have the Democratic Party, which is like a diet Republican Party consisting of either milquetoast neoliberals. That's what we got. So those people, those are the people that are in cahoots. But of course, it's the Republicans that are going to go and they're going to try to take more and more of our rights away. That's what they're going to do. So we got to fight against these people. We got to keep calling this shit out. We got to expose this stuff. Because, and tell these people that we've had enough of it. And tell Israel that we've had enough of you. That we have had enough of your shit. That we've had enough of the fucking Zionist regime and their fucking wars. We've had enough of your bullshit. That we've had enough of your bullshit. And that we're not anti-Semitic. We're not against it. We're against you. We're against Zionism. We're against the Zionist regime. We're against all of it. We are against you. We're against you and your fucking hoaxes. We're against all of you. We're against your fucking fake state. We're against your fucking fake state that's not even your damn country. Your damn country is on the land of Palestine. Palestine belongs to the Palestinians, and you went in there and you took it from them. You go and you cry wolf. And you behave worse than the fucking Nazis. Israel behaves worse than the fucking Nazis. They're being the exact same way as the ones that oppressed them. That Israel is the real Nazis of today. And it's going to get worse until we step up. It's going to get worse until we step up. What's it going to take? What's it going to take for us to say that Israel ain't our fucking friend? The Saudis ain't our fucking friends. We're trying to sit there and say about Iran as our enemy when Iran is fighting ISIS and Assad is fighting ISIS. Syria is fighting against ISIS. They're all fighting against ISIS. They're not our fucking friends. Are you kidding me? You think these people are our fucking friends? You think Israel and their wars and their all this and that for the military-industrial complex, you think they're our fucking friends? They are not. And don't say that anyone is a communist if they support Communist Party USA, because Communist Party USA is actually not even that. They're actually like a left-wing group. But they just say it because, you know what, maybe they believe in the whole revolution thing. And I'm actually a follower of theirs. And I follow a lot of their pages. And that doesn't make me that. That doesn't make me that. Because that dirty word, just like socialism and communist are these dirty words. Like I was saying earlier. Like I was saying in my early video. How I was saying about my early video. And this is another conspiracy. They've taken that word, the word socialist and communist, they turn it around and they smear it around like you're fucking this and you're that. That's what they do with these words. They would say, I'm a socialist because I'm a social democrat. It's a different story. It's a different story here, people. I'm not. What? Because certain people speak just because Communist Party USA is anti-fascist. And by the way, there's many groups that I'm against, like certain elements of BLM I'm against. I'm against BLM. A lot of their things that they say, I'm against it. Okay? I'm against a lot of the things that they stand for. I'm against it. But I will not sit there and say that they do not become a little overboard. But I understand where they're coming from. I understand where the people that side with them stand from. I understand where they're coming from. Just like Colin Kaepernick, I understand where he's coming from. These people all have reasons for their positions. Because for so long, we've been at war. As a nation, 200 years, we've had 10 major wars. Why is that? You don't think these wars benefit Israel? You don't think these wars benefit the military-industrial complex? You don't think so? Oh, they do. Israel controls American foreign policy. Israel controls American foreign policy, and nobody can tell me otherwise, because they do. And yeah, that's the other reason why California's been going down. And they are. A lot of places in this country are. It's a lot of places where they're going downhill, and they are. We've got to come out and we've got to say it. I agree, Shadow Ferret, my bro. We're all, you my brother, you know 100%. Hugo Chavez spoke the truth about these leaders. There was that coup that came out against him because he was against the establishment. He was against the establishment. He spoke out against them. I have another one. Like, Hugo Chavez got cancer in 2013. He was a secular left-wing leader that was, somewhat legitimately elected, but probably more legitimately elected than, say, like our fucking butt buddies today in Brazil, for example. They're just, you don't think that there was some kind of chemical weapon or biological weapon that the CIA was trying to put into you? Remember, we tried to assassinate Fidel Castro because Fidel Castro took away power in Cuba away from the right-wing dictatorship that the U.S. was backing. We tried to assassinate him on multiple occasions, and he lived until the age of 90. And if he was such a bad leader, and Daniel Ortega was such a bad leader, or any of these people were such bad leaders. Because, listen, I believe in loving your neighbor. You need to love people. Like, you need to love people. We can attack the right wing, we can attack their politicians, but you can never be rude to anybody because they're right wing. I as a social democrat and a secularist and a center lefty, as a social democrat and an actual secularist, what I believe in is I want to protect right-wing speech as much as I want to protect left-wing speech. I want to protect the speech of all these people. But the right wing in power will not want to do that. If you say any of these things that you're saying right now, they will not protect you. They will not protect you if you're not one of their minions. If they're not one of your minions, they will not protect you. That's what they will do. So there are so many things out there where people have to understand that they won't protect you. But as someone like me, I will protect all speech in this chat. You guys come in here and you say that, listen, I support Trump. I support this one. I might fucking despise the orange bastard, but you know what? I will protect anyone that likes him. I will protect everybody in here because that's what actual secularists believe in. That's what actual secularists believe in, but that's not what Fox News will tell you. And I agree with Kimberly Shadows. Oh, I'm a little fucked up. But, but that's just the truth. That's the truth that's the truth about all the matters and who's really controlling things. And yes, I agree with you, Space. That's what Trump did. But I think it goes a little above and beyond. I don't think Trump necessarily pulled the trigger. He was a big part of it, but you don't think others were telling him to do so? You don't think these other extreme people on the alt-right were telling Trump to go in and storm the Capitol? Oh, they were. Because the problem is not just with him. It's bigger than just him. He is a symptom of America's problems. But it's the bigger picture that we've got to talk about. And these are the things where you are called a conspiracy. Like Bill Clinton, for example. You know the Cuba embargo is there because of him. It was made permanent because of him. And these are little history lessons. These are little history lessons. That these history lessons are there. And yes, I agree with that. Anyone in the chat who says about zoophilia and the same thing as the LGBT community, that is exactly right. Kudos to you, Shadow. Like you're awesome, bro. You are, like, all of you in here. All of you guys in here, I love all of you guys. You guys are fucking awesome. Like, you guys are putting up with my crazy fucking ramblings, and I love you guys for that. You guys are like my family. My fan base in here, you know that I love you guys. You guys are the fucking best. You guys are the best. And obviously, him in the other room, he's the best too. Thank you, Queen. You are as well. You guys are putting up with my crazy fucking ramblings, and I love you guys for that. What do I think of Trump carelessly showing himself eating junk food? That brings me to my next point. Yeah, I think he's fucking disgusting. I hate that man. I fucking hate that fucking man. I fucking hate him. I don't hate his supporters. There's a lot of people that I know that like him, and I love them. They're great people, like many of my friends. But him, I fucking hate that guy. I fucking hate him. I think he's just showing, he's eating so fucking much because he wants to think that, like, these fucking obese fucking people, to get these people to think, oh, look at me, I'm gonna eat all this fucking GMO shit. You don't think they're putting some type of shit in this fucking food? Of course they are. Of course they are. You don't think that these big fucking places, that all these things have all these things in them, like the GMOs and all that stuff, that they're putting chemicals in the food? You want to know something? You know, I'm just going to fucking come on and say it. You know what? There's fluoride in the drinking water. There's fluoride in the fucking drinking water. And one of my cousins told me this before, that this is the truth. They put lead. You don't think that the water in Flint, Michigan was a fucking, like, some kind of a plot to poison people? It fucking was. It was. It was a fucking plot. You don't think that was a plot? Now, I'm going to go back to the thing about Bill Clinton for a second. That was a thing where Bill Clinton, you know, like, okay, I'm going to get a little history lesson here. I agree with you, Shadow. I agree with you guys. I'm trying to keep up with the chat here. Like I said, I think this hangover is, like, really getting to me. I'm going to answer one question, and I'm going to go back to what I'm saying. I hate both Trump equally. I agree with that. Trump is going to grow up to be like that. Yeah, he is. He's going to end up in fucking prison soon, the way he's going. Have you read this? Imagine if someone's like, I've been enjoying your content. Thank you, Shadow. You're the best for that. You really are. And I agree with Hunter and TYT. I agree with that. Andy, I agree with exactly with what you said about that. Now, to get back to what I was saying. It's true. Because there was a so-called humanitarian thing going on. There was this little fucking thing going on. And these so-called humanitarian planes going into Cuba back in 1996. And Cuba, quote-unquote, shot the planes down. But you want to know something funny? There was legislation in the Congress that was going to make the Cuba embargo to where it can only be lifted by Congress. And that incident happened right around the time where Bill Clinton was about to sign that law, and that was election year. So you don't want to tell me that those planes were shot down by Cuba? Or do you really think that was not some kind of a false flag attack or something? That most absolutely was a fucking false flag attack, and I'll tell you why. You really think Cuba, 90 miles away from the U.S., has already been terrorized by Democrats and Republicans all these years? You really think Fidel Castro would have been stupid enough to push the button and to actually shoot down American planes. And by the way, why didn't America go and invade Cuba? Given the American the imperialism and our American imperialism and our track record, why didn't we encourage a full-scale invasion of Cuba? If it was such an attack on America and it was such an attack on our airspace, by the way, it wasn't our airspace. We were in Cuban airspace and trying to say it was a humanitarian mission. What's so humanitarian about it? Your planes are in their airspace. Oh, there's people trying to get out of Cuba or all this and that. There's these planes and all that shooting down planes. Cuba didn't shoot down any planes. We shot down the planes and then turned around and wanted to blame it on Cuba. Just like want to blame it on Cuba itself. So abso-freaking-lutely, that was a false flag on behalf of Bill Clinton. That was a false flag so he could have an excuse to sign the Helms-Burton Act and make the Cuba embargo to work and only be lifted by Congress. And that is exactly what it is. That was a deliberate staged attack to get Bill Clinton to have an excuse to blame Cuba and to blame Fidel Castro, to blame these people for it, and to blame these people for it. To blame these people for it. It's ridiculous. And you don't tell me that that was some kind of a false... Of course it was. Look at the coup against Hugo Chavez in 2002. There were leaked documents. And Hugo Chavez returned to power in 2002. He returned to power. And now we're trying to do the same thing against Daniel Ortega. Look at what Joe Biden did to Daniel Ortega. Trying to bring down... We want to bring down socialist governments in Latin America because we don't like them because they're not our puppets. We tried to bring them down. The Bay of Pigs invasion, we tried to bring down Fidel after his revolution. We tried to bring him down. We did. Tried to bring down Hugo Chavez and the same thing. And then we put these sanctions on these poor countries and then turn around and then say, oh, it's because of socialism. It's not because of socialism. It's because of you. It's because of your fucking sanctions. And again, you know what happens when you make these arguments? You try to sit there and you make these arguments. You know what they call you? You know what they call me? They say that I always blame America. I blame America. Like, I don't blame America. I don't blame America. I blame the foreign policy of America. I love my country. That's a different story. My government does not work for me. And that's why we need to speak out and be patriots ourselves. And be patriots. And I agree, Space. That man will turn America into single-rule dictatorship. You blame the leaders, not the country. That's 100% correct. See, you guys in here, my fans, you guys know. And listen, I have a lot of young fans. I have a lot of young fans like Drew, for example. I have a lot of young fans in here. Like, what's the other one's name? I have a lot of young fans. And I want my fans to know about Dax. That's his name. Dax, the YouTuber 2022. I want you guys to know about what's really going on. And this is the stuff. And we will sit there and we will be called conspiracy theorists until the end of time. They'll call me conspiracy theorist till the end of time. They'll call me a commie. They'll call me a socialist. They'll call us all these names and let them call it to each other. Let them call us those things. But we're not. And even the really young fans that I have, like Shadow, who's 21, I have a lot of young fans. I have a lot of fans. Some of them are even teenagers. But I want all my fans to know that we need to be the generation. We need to be the generation that calls this shit out. And no matter what people say about us, that we need to stand up to Zionism, blind patriotism, and fascism, and all this stuff that is corroding America and everything that America has stood for. And everything that America is supposed to be about. We're supposed to be a secular democracy, but we're being turned into a fascist dictatorship. We're being turned into a fascist dictatorship. And I'm going to be 26 in August. Oh, yeah, Green, you're one of my young fans as well. And yeah, Space, you're a Republican. And you know what? You are one of the really, really, really good ones. You guys are all cool beans. And he is too.
9/11 was an inside job.
I wouldn't go that far, but we can't say that it wasn't weird as fuck. He loves to play. Like, my sweetie loves to play. And that's actually true. And you guys are the
Twin Towers were a blemish.
Oh my God, sweetie. Yeah, there's a lot of weird fucking buildings. Who do you think's running them? The bankers.
The Columbine school shooters were actually real chads.
I know. Yeah, my sweetie, he's just playing around. He's just playing around. But there are a lot of things that I do believe in. There are a lot of real things that I believe in.
Hitler was based.
Okay. So anyway, so what I'm saying is that obviously Steven's just joking around. You guys know that, but what I believe in is we need a version of FDR. We need a real version of that. You're not in a political sub, but I'll call bullshit when I see it. Yeah, that's actually true. Hitler was the true definition of a sick fuck. Yeah, he was. And that's what your Bolsonaro is. You want to know what the real New World Order is? It's what the right wing is doing right now. And I appreciate that, you Summer Galaxy. I appreciate that. Friendly pirate in here. Oh my God. I'm just, yeah. I don't know, like my head still feels kind of weird. I got really fucked up last night, but I'm probably going to end it here in about 15 minutes, so, but I'm really glad everyone, you all got to tune in. I really appreciate all of you guys, I really do. Now, see Communist Party USA, and if you want to check them out, like I'm going to say this, they're more of like a leftist group, if anything. Like they really are. Like they're more of a secular group or something like that. They're like really. Yeah, he's getting what he deserved. The certain someone whose name we will not mention. Yeah, he's getting what he deserves. And yeah, I agree with you, Orleander Rainbow. I agree with you. Yeah, that's funny. It's crazy that these people, but yeah, no, I just want people to know this, and this is, yeah, for real. I agree with that 100%. But you know, it's really just true. You know, a lot of this is true, and like. Yeah, it's very true. But it really was about equality, and it is about it. It's just like, okay, guys, you guys wouldn't actually care about that. I mean, you guys wouldn't actually care. Say hypothetically, even though I follow their pages and whatnot, and I give them support, and I agree with them. Obviously, I know you guys don't care. I know that. And I appreciate that. Hello, younger Zachary. I call you younger Zachary, but I mean younger in that way, but... yeah, his channel, I will not fucking miss it either. Good riddance to that. Good riddance to him. I'm not out here promoting any kind of ideology. I'm just here just saying the things that I believe in, and you guys, everyone in here is free to judge for themselves. Everybody. Actually, I'm gonna make... Actually, Xavier, because you're cool, Xavier Dilworth, I'm gonna make you a mod here. I'm sorry, I probably have been missing some quotes from what people have said. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I missed any, I'm sorry if I missed any chat. Yeah, by the way, the younger Zachary is gonna be a mod. When you listen to everyone, yeah, I'm not surprised about USA Today. They're in bed with the fucking corporatists, and they're all fucking corporatists. You want to tell me that they're not corporatists? Oh, they are, 100%. Hunter Avalon is a fucking corporatist. He's one of the biggest corporatists out there. Yeah, that's exactly right. And you know what? Nobody should be doing fucking violence. And you know what? I want everyone to know this out here. Like, let me just come out here and say this. I'm a social democrat. I'm a lefty. I say the things that I say about world affairs and all this stuff. These are my true beliefs. Okay, these are my true beliefs. But I want everyone to know I am anti-violence. I do not believe in violence unless it's for self-defense. If anyone's out there that wants to protest, rally, anything, whether it's Communist Party USA or anyone on my side that wants to fight against fascism, because we got to do that. We got to fucking fight against fascism. But I'm going to say this. I want everyone to know this, and I love all of you guys. Like, I care so much about all of you guys. All of you guys in here. But everyone, like, don't do violence. Like, we should never do it. It's not. Only for self-defense. That link right there about Hunter's just a fucking idiot. Let's cut to the chase. He's just a fucking idiot. And you'll agree with that.
Hitler was so fucking based, man. He would have taken care of Israel.
You know,
he would have taken care of Israel.
But why is Israel doing it to them? But why is Israel doing it to Palestine when they had nothing to do with it?
Israel knows that Hitler was fucking based too.
They probably did.
He was so based.
Love you. Yeah, I love you too. Like, oh my God, sweetie. Babe, really? I love you. Super cold where I am today. It's gonna be fucking freezing here in fucking Mass. It's gonna be freezing here tomorrow morning, and the next morning it's gonna be cold. But then it's gonna start warming up next week. It's just so weird. So don't forget, Hunter was defending a kiss in the ass of the CIA. I'm not surprised. Hunter Avalon is a corporatist through and through. He's like a fucking neoliberal and all that other shit. I'm not surprised. He was basically he was like a neocon. He went from like a neocon to a neolib. And yes, Ben Shapiro does look smart, even though Ben Shapiro's a fucking idiot. But even him, compared to him, he looked smart. And Actual Justice Warrior, I mean, we know why Actual Justice Warrior, he won't talk to Actual Justice Warrior. We all know why he's not going to talk to him, because rightfully so, Sean made him a punching bag. And I actually disagree with Sean on a lot of political stuff, but I will not sit there and I will not come out and I will not say this, but I do enjoy his content. And this is what I'm telling people here, that is the truth. That's the truth, that he does speak a lot of truth, he speaks a lot of good ideas, and he does. I don't even think he would, and Dave Rubin's one of the fucking dumbest people on the internet. He's one of the dumbest fucking people on the internet. Of course he would say stuff like that. He'd be saying all these conspiracies that I have right now or certain things. I mean, there's just... okay, guys, like, there's certain conspiracies that are actually true. But at the same time, not everything's a conspiracy either. I will always say it when I believe that there's actual things that are. But at the same time, I'm not going to dismiss it outright. He's never going to debate with AJW or explain what he's wrong about. No, he won't, because Sean will call him out for the fucking idiot that he is. And he does, and he runs like a little bitch. Yeah, I saw that video too, yeah. There's a lot of things that he says, like, politically I don't agree with, like, certain right-wing stuff I don't agree with, but Sean's a good guy. He's a smart guy. He knows a lot of stuff. He knows a lot of stuff. Even though I disagree with him heavily on a lot of politics, I like him as a person. Just like with Stick, Sex, and Hammer, same thing. Yeah, the show that ruins everything. Yeah, he does. He's one of those types of people that ruins everything. He looks like Nathan Kress, even though Nathan Kress is 10 times smarter than he is. Well, yeah, Space, it's the classic example of dish it but can't take it. So it's 9:53 here. I'm going to end it at around 10. Does anyone else have anything they'd like to ask? And again, I'm sorry if I missed any of you guys' questions or anything like that. You like the Uber Duck skits I use for my voice? Yeah, those voices are pretty cool. You know, like, there are elites. There are actual elites that are running the show. There really are. And they're there. Yes, yeah, that's the guy what I'm talking about. And they're there, people. They're there. But we've got to call them out for what they are. Not too familiar with Total Drama. I mean, I watch it as I've watched it a few times, but I'm not too familiar with the show, like, overall. I know it was on Cartoon Network years ago. But it's just, you guys won't judge, and I appreciate you guys so much. You're all my friends, you're all my homies, you guys fucking rock. Calling them fucking idiots. Well, of course he does. That's what he calls everyone. He dismisses his critics as that. He dismisses all his critics as that, you know? That's what he does. That's what he does best. Because he's got nothing to argue. Because at least, like, I come out here and I call out everything, but I don't just sit there and dismiss all my critics as fucking idiots. Or, like, I don't have critics personally, but I'm just saying, unless you troll or you do stupid shit, you know, that's what it all comes down to. Yeah, I'm probably going to end it in a few minutes, because also, I think my battery's getting pretty low on my phone, so I got to charge it up as well. To be honest, I laugh at people who think they're better than one of the types of people who embrace themselves. Yeah, that's very true. Because those people sit there and then they call each other everything. Like they do everything that they accuse everyone else of being. Because that's what they do. Imagine yourself debating Hunter Avalon. I would debate him. And you know what? If that motherfucker wants to debate me, I'll debate him. Like, I'll debate him. And I'll say it. So anybody in this fucking chat.
You know where my Nazi flag is?
What?
My Nazi flag. You know where it is? You know I pray to it every night before I go to bed.
Do you pray to a flag that says dipshit on it? 'Cause that's what you're acting like. You're not an actual dipshit. I love you. But sometimes you act like a dipshit. Sometimes that motherfucker acts like a dipshit, but that's what I love so much about him. Yeah, I would actually just rather do the same thing. People like him are just not worth it. And I will say it. I will come out here and I will say it. That I will say it. That he is a fucking idiot. He is a fucking moron. Hunter is a moron. And I'll debate him. I'll debate any of them. I agree, Xavier. I wouldn't put it past him. But I will say it. If Hunter wants it, if anyone in here wants a fucking debate, like you tell me what time, I will be there. That I will be there and I'll bring my facts with me. Because what do you guys have? You don't got shit. And I also got work early tomorrow, which I'm not looking forward to either. So, probably gonna end it pretty soon. So, you guys got anything else you want to ask? Anything? Thank you to everybody who came by, stopped by. This was an awesome stream. Glad I got to uncover some stuff that I actually believe in. Because I will always respect everyone no matter what they believe in. If they're cool with me, I'm cool with them. But I will also live my truth at the same time. And I know everyone in here knows that. I got no beef with any of you. Nose itchy. Fucking allergies. Thank you, I appreciate that. What's my thoughts on Barney the Dinosaur? I mean, as a kid, I loved him, but obviously growing up and looking, like, by age 6 and 7, I'm like, what the fuck? How am I watching this fucking purple dumb fuck? This fucking, I love you, you love me, I'm making alligator pie, and oh my fucking god. Like, what the fuck? Well, yeah, I enjoyed it too, and I enjoy you guys' company a lot too. Hunter's whining and bitching on Damien's videos. Of course he is. Of course he is. Oh, how ironic. I've got a purple Powerade here. Barney the dinosaur's here. Conspiracy! Let's put it that way. Yeah, and by the way, fuck the Young Turks as well for slandering Jimmy Dore and slandering Aaron Mate. How they treated Kyle Kalinske. Real progressives and real libertarians. Fuck them. They're going downhill fast, and I love it. I just drones making fun of you, their voice, the way you talk, for whatever reason. Yeah, and then listening to Hunter and the way he talks and this and that. And, you know, I just want to say that, like, my brain thought of an idea. It's like, dude, you're not fucking smart. Shut the fuck up. You're not smart. You sound like a fucking retard. You're not fucking smart. Bro, you're retarded. You are fucking retarded. YouTube removed the dislike. Yeah, that's fucking stupid. Fuck oligarchy. Fuck big tech and fuck these things. Like these big corporate things. Works on corporatism and capitalism and blind capitalism. Like again. Hardcore capitalism. This is what we get. Hardcore capitalism is what's corroding a lot of the Western world. Big corporatism and all that other stuff. And your stories, Queen, are really good. And I can't stand the fact that they removed it. It's the stupidest fucking thing that they've ever done. Oh my god. I also want to relax for a little bit before I go to bed. He's like, my fucking, oh god. Oh, my head. Oh no, I don't blame you, dude. You're 100% right. YouTube poops are pretty funny. I mean, some of them are kind of fucking stupid, but there's a lot of them that are actually pretty funny. I want to make a YouTube poop at some point. I just got to figure out a way how to do it. If anyone has any information about how to make a YouTube poop, because I have a perfect idea for a YouTube poop, actually. So, if anyone wants to make it, like, definitely put it in the comments. or put it there. Yeah, there are certain ones that are actually really funny. I agree with that 100%. Oh my god, every time I sit crisscross applesauce, my legs. Oh no, I feel fine, but thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, I think I drank whatever alcoholic beverage I drank. It made my fucking head feel weird. I don't know, people. I have one drink and it fucks me up. I don't know. I think it's those margaritas. Margaritas also just kind of fuck me up. But I don't know. I'm a social drinker. Like, I love to go out and drink with my friends and whatnot, but I'm not a fucking drunker by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not an alcoholic. I drink pretty sporadically, so I don't drink that much. So I'll be okay. I'm just gonna rest a little more tonight, upload this, and chill out. And yeah, I've had pina coladas. When I've been with my family in the Caribbean, I've had pina coladas. I actually got fucking wasted in the Caribbean with my parents, but my parents didn't know about it, and I fucking passed out on the beach and on a lawn chair, not a lawn chair, what the fuck, whatever those beach chairs are, and I like conked out on the beach, and my mom didn't know I was fucking drinking, and yeah, I just woke up. I'm like, what the fuck? They didn't even notice it. And the funny thing is, I was 21 when I had my first drink. But the ironic thing is, the legal drinking age in Aruba is 18. I could have drank there years ago. It's a funny thing, but I waited till I was 21. I didn't have my first drink until I was 21, officially, till I was 21. Yeah, I see. I love to drink, but I love to drink though. I'm a social drinker, but obviously responsible manner. And if you ever drink, you get someone to drive you. That's what I always do. I always make sure that I have a friend or I have a backup plan. Or if, say hypothetically, I'll stay at my friend's house for the night, I would do that. Like, you stay at your friend's house for the night, you get money. You get money to get a public transportation exists. There is never, ever, ever, ever in a trillion years ever an excuse to drink and drive. I, as somebody, as a legal person, mental health person, and a person with an actual conscience, that is never, ever okay. And I will never do that. Never. I don't care how much anyone drinks. I don't care. I will always have a backup plan. And I'm not saying I'm better. I will do this, supposed to, whoever. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, if anyone's responsible, that's what you do. You have a friend drive you, and you guys can go out and have fun. Like, that's what I do with one of my best friends. Or I always make sure, like, say if I drove, my friend drove to the bar with me, or we went back to his house or whatever, just in the hypothetical sense, I will make sure that I will wait at least like 6 hours at least, or something like that, or I will just sleep there and sleep it off and go the next day and like wait until I leave the next morning or something like that. Like, that's what you do. Never, ever, ever. And I agree. Now, anyone who drinks and drives, you're an attempted murder. You're like an attempted murderer. You're a scumbag. You don't deserve to ever drive again if you ever do that. You deserve to lose your license for a very long time. And in my Pogo Islands and my stories and my laws that I create and whatnot, yeah, we punish that very seriously. No tolerance for that whatsoever. No sympathy, no tolerance. Stupidest thing to do. Never do it. Yeah, that stuff is pretty good. Whiskey, all that stuff. So, yeah. Alright, I think I'm going to end it in a couple minutes. Anyone have anything else they'd like to ask me? Oh, you had your first drink when you were 19. That's pretty cool. And I also have too many people in my life that would never let me do it. And not that I would ever do it anyway, obviously, but no. Okay, bro, have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. appreciate you coming by, bro. I'm probably going to end it in a couple minutes anyway. Drinking age in Canada is 19. Yeah, I agree. I think it should be a little lower, but I don't know. I have mixed opinions about that, honestly. So, sorry, I just blanked out for a second. Yeah, I pressed stream for about an hour and 10 minutes. This was awesome. And thank you for everyone who understands like where I'm coming from about some of my theories that I have and my opinions that I have and whatnot. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. And I think my battery is probably not going to last. So I think I'm going to end it here, actually, because I think my battery had a thing said it was like 10% or something. So I think I'm going to end it here. So anyway, I hope you all have a great weekend. I hope you all stay safe and stay well and stay warm, especially those who live around this area. So yeah. Oh wow, one more thing from Corrido. I definitely agree with that. Music sucks today. I agree with that. There's only a handful of music today I even listen to. I'm very selective in that area. People do drink at a young age, that's true. But anyway, thank you all for coming by. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. I'll do more streams like this again soon, more stuff, more content in the works. Stay tuned to find out more videos on the way, more streams, premieres, other content. This is Zach the Celtics guy saying thank you for watching. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you all again in the next stream, the next premiere, the next video, whatever it happens to be. More content coming your way and coming soon. Bye for now. Peace out. Have a good night. And all of you have a good weekend. Take care.